hair. Hello everybody, I'm Mysterious Maiden and welcome back to yet another video. So, we reached 1,000 subscribers. Pretty exciting. Thank y'all for getting me to this, I guess, first YouTuber milestone. Getting 1,000 subs. Thank y'all very much. And... is my glitchiness stopped? Hello? Why is it just frozen? So yeah, thank you guys again really very much. I've been trying to figure out what do I want to do. Like, I don't want to do anything too grand because I'm gonna have to figure out a way to be better. You know what I'm saying? I remembered a milestone video that Jada Animations did where she did a bit of an art tour. And I thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Why don't I do that? So that's what this video is going to be about. Just basically doing an art tour of all my sketchbooks. And boy howdy, I do have a lot of them. To put it simply, if each sketchbook I have, if I were to have completed each sketchbook every year of my life, starting from birth, I would have sketched more than I have lived. So I do have a lot to share. And so before we do get on with it, I do have a few notes that I want to say. First of all, would be my video scheduling. Don't really have anything sound when it comes to specific videos, but basically, one video a week posted on every Saturday. It doesn't matter what kind of video it is. Pretty much anything goes on Saturday. As long as I just post something, that is my goal. And I do hope when I do reach 100,000 subscribers, then I would be able to just post every other week. Because I can only keep it going for so long, especially since I'm still in school and trying to get a degree to, get my name out there, Got some dreams, man. And while we're talking about dreams, nice segue, might as well also talk about my dreams and goals for this channel. In case you didn't know, this isn't my first time doing YouTube. I actually started doing YouTube back in middle school, when that was about almost a decade ago now. And all those videos, original videos, they are gone. Sorry, but you haven't seen every video I have. And honestly, I don't really want you to. Those old videos were pretty trashy. But anyways, I have been doing YouTube for a while, mostly as a hobby, but now I'm trying to get into it as a profession. One of the steps that I took to go in that direction was to delete my old channel and start a new one. I have a lot of reasons why I did that. One of them being that, yeah, I wanted to have it established on a business account. But another one is the fact that during the time, I was very scared. I felt incredibly unsafe in my day-to-day life. I just was terrified, and I gotten popular. I did reach my 1,000,000 subscriber mark, 100,000 subscriber mark, sorry, pretty much overnight. And at the time, it was just terrifying to me. Just having all those eyes just on you, it was terrifying. So, in truth, I did deleted everything out of paranoia. I feel like in the long run, it might have actually benefited me. Because for one, I do have an established business account, and it's because I deleted my old account, it's not as connected to my private account as it is. If that makes any sense. For example, with other medias such as Tumblr and TikTok, please follow me there. On platforms like those, I did switch to my business account, but they still keep sending me notifications on my private account. That is scary. Starting over also allowed me to just get my goals and what I want from this channel straightened out. When I started this channel, I wanted to be an inspiration. I don't care if I am the person you want to be when you grow up. I don't really care that much about that. But if I'm one of the people who inspire you to keep going, to try new things along the way of your greatness, that is good enough for me, honestly. I don't care if I'm the star in your light. If I was a star at all in that sky, I would be happy. Now that I have my channel starting off, I feel like I have a better chance of getting that message out there, to just try things. And in truth, I have no idea where I'm going with my channel. All I know is that I just want to try things and I want to share the experience of trying with you guys. So whatever form that may be, I might just be a hodgepodge channel. I might not just have a niche. And honestly, I don't really want to. I don't want to stick to one specific thing. I want to try everything. I want to be a sort of tradesman of YouTube. Saying that, I believe, yeah, that's everything important out of the way. So let's just get on with embarrassing myself.
Yes.
So this right here is kind of my first sketchbook. I don't know. I was at an age where I didn't really bother dating things. I believe this is my first sketchbook solely off of memory. I have no proof otherwise. And but anyway, this is supposedly, like, allegedly my first sketchbook that I made when, like, beforehand I would just draw on random pamphlets my parents would give me on road trips, and with a pen, as you can tell. Oh, I would say I was probably kindergarten or first grade or so when I draw this. Maybe later, maybe around like 5 or 7 or so. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go right into it. Oh boy. So yeah, as a little girl, of course, obsessed with unicorns, but I also really like snakes. You're gonna see a lot of snakes throughout my sketchbooks, as well as like skeletons. That's definitely not foreshadowing to anything. And oh yeah, this was definitely when I was in elementary school, I think. Yeah, probably like 1st or 2nd grade. I remember in art class, there was like this one assignment where you draw a rainbow all over the page, and then you take a black crayon all over that and use a toothpick to scratch out whatever design you want. I drew a ton of skeleton sharks, and this, yeah, very, very lovely. And I was also into werewolves at the time, so you're also gonna see a lot of like dog and werewolf stuff. So there was this movie called Underdog where a beagle basically got the power of Superman. The dog that was annoying me earlier, that was Bubba. And so this is Super Bubba. And then over here, but we had a dog named Sue, a beagle. And so this would have been SS Super Sue. A lot of influence with Scooby-Doo. The whole series, a lot of influence with that. Got a lovely rhino, anthro rhino, and then a bird and a wolf thing. I had like one of those cheapy plastic chess sets, so that's just my attempt at drawing them. For a 5-year-old, like, this just ain't that bad. Got a seahorse, got a mermaid riding a seahorse. I don't know why they'll be needing a saddle if this is how they ride them, just literally holding on for dear life. And seahorses aren't even that fast. They're like probably the slowest creature ever. There was a little children's book that had these combinations of animals, like a mouse squirrel, spider monkey, moose squirrel, like all that stuff. I think I decided to make my own version of that with a dogfish. Doesn't look anything like a dog or a fish. It's not even a fish, that's a dolphin tail, that's a mammal. Don't know where my zoology knowledge went. And then a catbird that I drew upside down, no distinction from a dogfish. And then a mouse bird, frog hog. Honestly, not that bad of an idea, I probably would draw that. If there's any of these drawings that you want me to redraw, let me know in the comments below, I guess. A monkey squirrel. I don't know if this one's supposed to be upside down or not. And then spider monkey, leopard frog, owl squirrel, fox snake. Finally, the catfish. Again, not even a fish, it's a freaking dolphin. And no gracious. So, I was like I probably would be a little bit more older, probably still in like the 5 to 7 range. But, I'm too embarrassed to show it. Just know that it was a Metroid fanfic that had my self-insert OC that looked like a Night Fury. You could probably see at the edge of the camera. That's all you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna see. I'm not gonna explain anything else. How many pages is this thing? So yeah, this was the self-insert OC looks like. Yeah, it's basically a Night Fury. So can probably guess the time period that this was in. And oh boy. Okay, this is less embarrassing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just gonna show you one image of this. It makes totally no sense, but again, another self-insert, but this time with red wall. I am not going to share the fanfic. It is just little me, so there's a lot of like understanding there, but it's still embarrassing. I will show you this epic fight scene there was with the crows there. These are supposed to be crows. Gracious, look at them grippers. Oh yeah, woof, woof, and then toss out the window, scared. Wow, I was amazing. And then another self-insert. Gracious, I was such a narcissist as a child, oh my goodness. I think it might have been a self-insert, I don't know. The fact that this pony transforms into a dragon, especially a design like this. A bit of a note, the reason why most of my drawings at the time is in black and white was because all I really had as art supplies was a ballpoint pen that you get at the bank and a pencil. That was literally it, so not very much in the color department. And then, okay, this is cute. So this is like if a seahorse and a pufferfish combined, I guess. So it's just a little skinny guy and now fat. And then, oh my goodness, another, oh man, I am, I'm only gonna show you guys this. You can make up whatever story you want that could be what this is, but I'm not gonna show you anything else. It is cringe, too cringy to be put online. And speaking of cringe, here's some edgy little cringe drawing. Make sure that's in the shot. And I sure love my triangles. And then we bleed into Zelda. Oh boy. Ignore that. Look at this cute little aardvark, not aardvark, armadillo with a unicorn horn. And also epic dragon with too many scales that makes no sense. This specific griffin, I think, was the griffin from Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. There was a movie where they went to this magician schoolhouse. That's where Velma's cousin was staying at, and it was being haunted by this griffin that kidnaps people, I guess, and Shaggy has his Riz moment. Anyway, more dragon, more epic Night Fury looking dragon. I had no idea what I was thinking when I was making this. Alicorn. Okay, these are getting to more like interesting designs. Like this, not that bad of a like design, honestly. It looks interesting. I actually would probably be willing to redraw this one as like something other than a Night Fury alternative. This is actually like Umbreon, honestly. And then I decided to put them in armor. You're gonna be seeing like a lot of armor stuff later on if I choose to make more. And oh gracious, you're not gonna see that. More embarrassing insert OC stuff. In fact, it was actually a continuation of the previous one. Instead, look at this bird with an obnoxiously long beak. I have no idea if it's supposed to be a hummingbird or it's just a regular bird with an obnoxiously long beak. And then, oh boy, more fanfic. I also like how I got these like kind of cover arts almost for them. You get to see the cover art. You can guess what it's about. Ugh, how many of these did I make? So I guess it is like kind of like an anatomy page, if you would. Do you guys hear that? I think it's like my spray can here. Hold on. It's my spray can. So anatomy, I think like retractable claws got 2 hearts. One is evil, one is good. The eye can turn into a slit. Spikes on the tail. Have no idea how that would happen, but you know, to a first or second grader, anything's possible, so why not? And then there's that. Another fanfic. I'm not gonna tell you what fandom it is, but I'm gonna show this. So yeah, there's a mama. What's this? The egg is hatching? Whoa, I need to call the homies. And then egg falls out. Roll, 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 roll. Cracks. And mom's like, ha, you stupid child. Get back in your nest. And then it looks like there's another eye, but I think that's a little symbol on the top of the head that I gave her. Yeah, bonding moment. Whoa, what's that over there? Huzzah! There is something going on. Distress. What? And then starting at this racing line. Bow, 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 bow. And they're off. And they're racing. And whoa, there's a guy. And then an old man that is angry. And then this is supposed to be like in the future. And like, gazooks, trapped by my friend. I like my friend. Ah, stab, pull. Somehow outside of the cage, I'm guessing. Kidnap, liquid vial, sniff equals sleepy. I am the best narrator there ever was. And then conk, conk, conk. What? I am trapped away. There's this ray gun. And then someone flips the switch upwards. That's not how switches work. I'm being abstracted. And into bowl closes, and then previous body turns black. I'm guessing like yeah, with that little anatomy thing before the two halves got split into two. That's a recurring theme that you're gonna see, because at the time that's what the plot line in anime was. Anyways, another unicorn Night Fury got Pokemon, and I think this was when I first gotten my oh boy, where is it? Yeah, when I got this from like the Scholastics book fair back in Ye Yonder days. I think I'm like, this is probably like bleeding into like 3rd grade, if I'm being honest. So yeah, this takes place multiple years. And in between those years, I kind of just doodled wherever, and not sure if I actually kept those doodles, but we'll find out. Like they're placed somewhere else. So if you want to see that, again, let me know. Get the video like and subscribe. Is the button glowing? The button glow every time I say subscribe. Let me know if it does. You can like and subscribe. I'll stop. This is just basically me copying the Pokemon knowledge among us. And then more Night Fury OCs. This one is aquatic. It's bioluminescence, if you can't tell. And wow, more accurate depiction of anatomy of a web foot. Nice. And yeah, this is a nice photo. I actually recreated this. Here is the picture of it recreated. Oh my goodness. Oh gracious. So, the little dinosaur guy, like supposedly the first flying type in Pokemon lore. Yeah, that's him. I think I was trying to combine him and Toothless into one monster. I have no idea. Like, this is ugly. I'm sorry, man, this is ugly. And then depression, I guess. Maybe she murdered someone. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Toothless, but it's a member of the Organization 13? Crazy. I think this is like a lion, horse, dragon, raccoon. Anything on this side? Yeah, kinda. It's very hard to see. It's like this bunny version of the Night Fury. Here's some more like night stuff. I think I wanted to get some kind of like tier system. I don't know why. I wasn't creating any story. I guess I was just wanting to do something fun. So this is like tier 1 armor, and then tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4. I think like with these ones, yeah, with like their horn, I think it's like opposable. So it can like, you know, unfurl and then refurl and just toss people over. I think that's what the idea I had with this thing. Looks ugly. And then fight. A Zekrom and Reshiram Night Fury. I remember when I got done from playing Pokemon White. Yeah, I had Pokemon White. My brother had Pokemon Black. Or the Pokemon was Zekrom. Once I'm done with it, there was like this area where you can like collect Pokemon from other regions. There was Tangela. I never saw a Tangela before, so I was like, oh my goodness, this is a brand new Pokemon. I need to see how this thing like evolves. And so did that, and then yeah, did it with all of these. This was like my own personal notes. And the Golbat, Dunsparce. I can never figure out what its evolve to. It's sad, really. And then the Whalemore turns into a Whale Lord. Another self-insert based off of a character in the Black and White movie. Pokemon Black and White, sorry. And oh my goodness, look at this so like spiritual like quotation that I put here. One person, one destiny, two fate. Not even fate, it's just fate. Two hearts, two home, one story. And then there's a return of that. And then I did it growing up. Start out with a baby. And then it grows into a kid. And the kid grows into a teen. Very angsty. And the teen grows into an adult. Then we have ourselves a cross. And kind of hard to see, but it's like a little butterfly Night Fury. Now this.
My goodness!
And we're back. So yeah, fun story about this is that I had a friend at the time. I think his name was like Robert or something. I don't remember. But he told me the story that he read a book that he found at the end of the rainbow. And once he done read this book at night, under a full moon, he turned into a monster. And I was like, oh, okay, you're a werewolf. And he's like, no, more like a zombie in terms of look. And I was like, can I draw it? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I drew it, brought this, and he was like, that is not it at all. My brain is exposed. Like, look more like a zombie. And it's like, okay, this book is cool. Can I read it so I can also turn into a monster at night? And he said, no, once you're done reading, it flies off and makes a double rainbow. And I was like, oh my goodness, this man really knows what he's talking about because there was a double rainbow the other day. Man. Anyway, skeleton. And then got some meat on them bones. And then you have the brain. The brain goes into the horns. That is disgusting. The breath things. The heart, which is connected to nothing. That goes into the lungs, and then this is the gut, I'm guessing. And this is a kidney? But that's definitely the bladder. That is not where the bladder goes for this, but pretty much good job, little me. You did your best. Out. Fur? I guess it's just like an extra thing. 1/7 sheaths the fist. Wow, ooh, so spooky. But if you recognize this symbol, you're a nerd. My version of the Hydra. I had a little bear, I think, and I decided to measure it. Not sure why. Some nice art of my OC. Tiny toothless thing in front of a train. Another aquatic Night Fury toothless thing. And then get ready for this Cleopatra. This. And so yeah, that is book 1. I have 27 of them. Hi, this is Future Maiden, so I kinda didn't really record an end card for this, so I'm doing this. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more, then please give a like and maybe share it with a friend. And if there's a picture in here that you want to see redrawn, then please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you all in the next video. May the Lord bless you and guide you. This has been Mysterious Maiden, signing off.